Haaretz has a story about Saudi Arabia and how they're struggling to make basic liberal reforms. They explain Saudi Arabia's top religious authority has called cinemas and singing concerts harmful and corrupting in a move that could complicate government efforts to introduce cultural reforms to the conservative kingdom. The comments by Grand Mufti Sheikh Abdulaziz Al-Sheikh, published on his website, said cinemas and round-the-clock entertainment could open the door to atheistic or rotten foreign films and encourage the mixing of the sexes. Bad. Cinemas and public concerts are also already banned in the conservative Islamic kingdom. The head of the government's General Authority for Entertainment, Amr al-Madani, stirred debate last week when he raised the possibility of opening cinemas and staging concerts this year. So what you're seeing here is an internal struggle in Saudi Arabia where there's some people who are relatively liberal who are saying, hey, movie, what the hell is wrong with that? Hey, why not have, some concerts where people sing? Why wouldn't we do that? But then you have the religious authorities and those leaders in Saudi Arabia who obviously have a huge role because it's a fucking theocracy. They go, wrong. Cinemas are evil and they're atheistic and rotten. Movies are wrong. Can't do it. The concerts, singing, oh, that's bad. We don't allow that under our fundamentalist Wahhabi interpretation of Islam. Sorry. Can't do it. So look at what's amazing is watching this struggle unfold because it's like rolling the clock back hundreds of years and watching his struggle unfold, about, I don't know, a woman going out in public on her own. That's still not allowed either. You need a guardian in Saudi Arabia. If you're a woman, you need a man to approve your every fucking move. They treat women as second-class citizens. They're not allowed to drive. You guys know all this stuff. So it's like, we're sitting here watching it like, what the fuck is going on? And the crazy thing is, the conservatives have no argument. They have one trick in the book. One. God. 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 You disagree? God. Allah. Allah says this. You can't disagree. It's God. What, do you think you know better than God? What, are you crazy? God. That's not an argument. That's an appeal to authority. And by the way, an authority that hasn't been proven and nobody knows if it exists. So that doesn't mean anything. But to them, that's convincing. To the religious authorities in Saudi Arabia, they think that, no, that's good enough. I said God. So you can come up with whatever kind of high-minded, reasoned, rational, intelligent response to that. Hey, look, we're all human beings. We're all individuals. Some people might like some things that you don't like. You might like some things that they don't like. That doesn't mean you're right or they're wrong. Some things are simply a matter of opinion. Why not let people prefer to watch the kind of entertainment that they choose? You could use whatever argument you want. They just override it, brush it aside, and scream, God. They're sowing the seeds of revolution just by how they act. We're seeing this in Iran. Iran is, when you look at the numbers, they're a very young country on average. So you have these dinosaurs, these Shia Islamists running the country trying to control their lives, and they're like, fuck that. We like fucking Instagram, bitch. Like, we like social media platforms, and they crack down. They, arrested models and shit because they dared to show their faces, and it's just so sad to see because people living under theocratic, authoritarian, fascist rule. And the entire time, the most maddening part is the bad guys claim the moral high ground. Well, obviously, I'm a better person, and obviously, I'm right. Hello? Do you not get it? I just said God. God's on my side, because I said it. Therefore, it's true. So you wanting freedom and liberty and justice and altruism and human rights don't mean anything, because God. So I get to dictate everything about your life and say my interpretation of my God allows me to control your life, and I'm morally correct, and you are a cretin. You're a vile human being. You're immoral. Well, that's simply not true. And the correct thing to do is to not live our lives based on the interpretation of some guy as to what he thinks his God is trying to tell him when he can't fucking provide evidence of it, and all indication shows it's just these guys either reading a holy book and taking a literal interpretation or making up their own rules as they go along. No, we don't agree with that. We're not on board with that. People should have the freedom to make whatever decisions they want as long as they're not physically hurting anybody else. And you're simply getting in the way of social progress and getting in the way of a better world, and you're the immoral ones, you're the bad guys, and it's time for you to step aside and get out of power because your ideas are old, stale, tired, and some of the dumbest fucking ideas I've ever heard in my life.